Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Is Abdul Hakim. I'm so happy and I want to thank Almighty Allah for this privilege because I was born in Lomé, Togo. So I've drawn the map of Togo my entire life and I never knew that I'll find myself in the northern part of Togo. So I'm so happy and privileged. So Allah Akbar. And right now I'm in the city of Kara. Yesterday I left Dapaon and now I'm in Kara. Kara is the homeland of the president of the country. The president of Togo is from Kara. The dad, late Nyasimbe Yadema, is from Kara. So I'm so happy. So from here, I'll be leaving to Parakou. I'll be entering Benin Republic. I don't want to go to Lomé to take a Semen border. So I'll be going to Parakou. From Parakou, I'll enter Nigeria, then move to Niger. Because Niger is the next country I want to enter. But I want to share a little experience in Burkina Faso here that made me to want to stop in Abuja for the protest that is upcoming on the 20th. Okay. Arriving after my celebration, my 50th day celebration in Burkina Faso, I decided to leave to the next city, to the next country, which is Niger, through Fadanguruma. I inquired, so they allowed me to continue to that route. So arriving at Fadanguruma, I was arrested by the army. At first, I thought maybe it's a normal checkup. Before I could realize myself, my dear, I ended up in a cell. They jailed me. And to make things worse, uh they didn't give me reasonable thought. They didn't even give me a reasonable explanation. They just put me there and no explanation. So I was totally confused. I was like, what's going on? And to make things worse, I was inside the same cell with the terrorists they were fighting. I was inside the same cell with the terrorists they were fighting. How do I know? At the time of prayers, I thought everybody was Muslim. So when the time of prayer came, we were asked to come and pray. Only four people, like three people, including me, stood up and prayed. After the prayers, and I asked them why didn't they pray? Because prayer is a very important duty of a Muslim. So they now told me that others were Muslim, but they are different type of Muslim. That is when I understood that Islam has two faces. Like jihadists are not the real Muslim. Like there are two different type of Muslim. The jihadists, the terrorists, are different from the real worshippers of Allah. So that is where I now got the difference. Although it's scary to be in the same cell with terrorists. So, although I thank Allah for protecting me. But there is one thing I observed from the Burkina prison, which is a little bit exciting. Do you know that in this prison you can bathe, you have good bed? I wish I enter with my phone. I would have video everything. You can bathe, and they eat 2 square meal. Please, I want people in Burkina Faso that have been to Burkina prison to confirm this with me because I was confused. They brought two food 2 times. We eat 2 times. They eat 2 times. Let me say they eat because I refuse to eat. When they brought the first meal, I refused to eat it because I didn't know the reason of it's my nature. When I don't understand the situation, I have to fast. So I refused to eat the first meal. Even when they brought the second meal, I refused to eat. But others were enjoying. They were happy. They were comfortable. You can wash your clothes. In fact, they had their clothes inside the cell. That after bathing, they change their clothes. Almost, it was nice. Okay, but me, it was not a funny moment for me. Despite those enjoyment, despite those free food, ladies and gentlemen, I still feel uncomfortable. That is why I've made up my mind that as I'm dropping Nigeria, I pray that I reach Abuja on the before 20th to join that protest. Enough is enough. Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to be released. Those of you who have had experience of prison in Nigeria and anywhere, you need to rise and stand up. Prison is not a comfort place. Are you understand? I've never joined any movement of protest because I believe if government want to do the right thing, it doesn't need force sometimes. Most especially the government of Nigeria. They know they hear word. There's no amount of anything you will do to make them change their mind. Anything they want to do, that's why I've never joined in any protest. But this one, Nnamdi Kanu, so far I'm entering Abuja, I will attend this protest. I refuse to tell my daddy. I don't want to tell my father that is the plan because I know he must discourage me. But to me, based on the experience I had in prison that is a little bit comfortable, I was not comfortable. Like, I mean, the little comfort they give in that prison, but I did not enjoy it. I did not like it. I wanted freedom. Because at a point in that prison, I was the only one knocking on the door. I was like, what is my offense? Then the soldiers came and asked me, am I stupid? What is my problem? Didn't I meet people when I came? I was like, meet people. I don't know their offense. Me, they didn't even explain my offense. It was after my release. They were not telling me that they saved me from where I was going. That if they had allowed me to continue my movement, I would have seen God. In other words, I would have died. because they were fighting terrorism. That is after I was released. But it wasn't enough reason to keep me for 2 days in a cell, in prison. So please, let's join hands. Igbos in Abuja, everybody. In fact, you don't need to be an Igbo person to advocate for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Although there are some parts of him that I don't really like Nnamdi Kanu. When he started this movement, I was very happy. I like the movement. But the part where he's not associating with the elite, because you cannot start a movement without meeting the people that have been there, people that are supposed to back you up. You cannot be fighting an enemy and still be fighting people who will rescue you. That was the mistake Odumegwu Ojukwu did. He took off with Biafra without, first of all, meeting with the key people of the nation. Nnamdi Azikiwe, I think that's the name, Nnamdi Azikiwe. He did not consult these people. He did not get the backup of these people before starting that movement. We lost a lot of life. Many people died. It was a homicide. People died. A lot of people died from the Biafran war. So we don't want history to repeat itself. So that is why I didn't join Nnamdi Kanu movement, because he was fighting the enemy and also fighting the people that are supposed to help him to go forward. I get what I'm saying now. So, but he must be released. Everybody have the right to freedom. Yes, he must be released. Let's work together and get Nnamdi Kanu released, because prison, the experience was not, oh my God, I do not wish to have such experience. So please, people in Burkina Faso, help me to testify if what I'm saying is correct or not, because the experience there, it was okay. Like if I was jobless, if I was not in a mission, I would have just decided to stay in the prison. Charlie, come see what these people are eating, good food. You will bath yourself. But sometimes they are really, because the second day was Sunday. So we came out. So you can feel the sun. And after some time, those who walk will walk, then you go back. So I'm coming, Abuja, I'm coming. I'm in Kara. Today is 17th day, so I still have 3 days to move. So right now, I'm in my hotel. So I'll be preparing. After Jumia prayer, today is Friday. After the Jumia prayer, I'll move. Ciao, one love. Nnamdi Kanu must be released.